What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with me, your boy Iggy. Today, you joined me in the swamp, and this is the swamp that we made this random little portal at a while back with the intent of, oh, I've got my Frostwalker boots on. That's actually going to make things really convenient. But anyway, we built this with the intention of putting a villager breeder out here, and quite frankly, I am getting sick of doing the, what's it called? Sick of doing the, my words are, the monuments for the time being. So I figured, what better time to come over here and do the villager breeder than right now. So basically what we're going to need to do is, let's see, we're going to have to come over, we're blocked there, get rid of that one. Come over here, and then we basically are going to need to move this portal up so that it is 12 blocks above the water. So let's just go ahead and start getting this taken down. Basically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then our new portal will be going right here. So let's see, let's go ahead and grab our obsidian and some temp blocks. Perfecto. And then we are just going to do the same 3 wide portals. So 1, 2, 3, and then the edge, and then we're going to come off 1, 2, 3, and then one more, and then over. And then we will drop back down like so. Perfect. And then actually I need to be inside this thing, so let's go ahead and pull that one out. Awesome. So now we should have something like this. Another portal that is higher up than the or 12 blocks above the surface, because we're going to need that space for the villager breeder that I've got planned. So let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and get myself a little kind of temporary little camp, I guess you would call it, right here, kind of where I've got my workbenches and stuff set up. So I'm going to go ahead and get that put in with some temporary blocks here, and then I will join back up with you and we will get started on the design. Alrighty, so got our little area set up here. It's a brand new morning. Go ahead and knock out these 2 temporary blocks. We've got our 3 wide portal here. So basically what we're going to start off by doing is, let's see, we're going to need our deep slate tiles. We're going to need our deep slate tile slabs. We're going to need those, some of that, some of these trapdoors, and then some workstations, and then probably some tent blocks for now. Alright, so the way that this farm is going to work, we're actually going to be using a highly modified version of a design by Wattles. And basically the way it's going to work is we're going to start by putting 3 trapdoors here. So the width of the portal here. And then we're going to grab some temporary blocks and put those on the other side. Like so. And then we're going to come across 3. And then get rid of this one. And then you're going to grab your trapdoors and go boom, boom, boom. Like so. And then you are going to actually, we're going to get rid of one of those and grab our glass. That right there. And then before we forget, we need to slab the top of this just so we don't get mobs spawning on top. We want this whole thing to be completely mob proofed. So we'll just go ahead and put some slabs. That way we won't forget. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of these 2 and put 3 glass there. And then grab our blast furnaces. Go 1, 2, 3. Basically, the way this is going to work is once this is finished, this back of this will be blocked off, and the villagers will have no choice but to, they'll spawn right here. They'll see the trap or the blast furnace. These will be open, but they won't, they'll see this as a solid, like, walkable block. And so they will try to pathfind to the furnace to work, and then they will drop down into our little room that we have down here, or we will have down here prepared for them. So that being said, we're going to need to go ahead and get some walls on the side of this thing, just so they don't go anywhere but where we want them to go. We'll just go ahead and cover all of this. Like so. Perfect. All right, so now we've got this, and they will just right off the edge there. Okay, so next step is, let's see, let's make sure we got everything that we need. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more of the deep slate here. And then, probably a little more glass just in case. Okay. So next, we're going to drop down to our little platform that we got built down here so that we can pillar up to underneath the portal here. And we're basically going to come all the way across with glass. And I guess technically that would be 3 blocks right there. So that should be enough. So then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and place a light source there and a light source there. And then we will fill the middle here with, let's see, about one more. Okay, so the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to have a 5x4 platform. So basically it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to need some more polished deep slate. We can do that. And that, and then we can go ahead and get our sea lanterns. Place one there, and one there. And then we will grab our glass and do a 3-high wall, continuing down what we had before. Like so. And then let's see. Go ahead and do that on the other side real quick. Perfect. And basically this room that we're in right now is where our villagers are going to basically be kind of hanging out, our breeding villagers, I should say. So they're going to be in here. So basically what we want is for the ones that we bring from elsewhere to come through the portal, drop down, and then once they're in here, we'll have it set so that we can toss them food. And then, because it's going to be a manual farm, so we only get as many of the babies as we want. This way it's not like flooding. So if we give 2 villagers, 12 carrots each, we'll get 1 child, which is good. We can limit the flow. And the other thing is I had planned to put probably a desert villager in here, and then maybe a tundra villager, a frozen tundra. So that way this works for 3. We will get swamp, we could potentially get desert, or we could potentially get the frozen tundra villagers. So that way we kind of 3 birds with 1 stone. That's assuming we can get them over here conveniently, of course. Luckily, that's actually why I built this here, because we're near an ocean. So it'll be a little bit of a sail to get the other villagers, but it won't be too bad. So anyway, let's get back to the farm. So basically now what we're going to want to do is continue the glass across. So there's only one little opening area here. And then at the top of that, we are going to put a slab. And that's going to make it so the adult villagers cannot get out, but the baby villagers will be able to run right through here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then we can fill this one in. And then we will be able to crouch and make our way out here. And now we're going to grab a temporary block, place one there. And then we will grab our solid blocks and place one right there. So let's see. We're going to want to come out one here. And we're going to get rid of that. And that's where one of our trap doors is going to go. So we're going to place that open like such. So the baby will try to come over here and then This is where our beds are going to go. So we'll place one more here, and then we can do 2 and 3. You need as many beds as you are going to have potentially. So you need 2 beds for the villagers that you're going to be breeding, and then there needs to be a 3rd extra bed for the baby if you want the villagers to be able to, you know, actually make you a baby. Alrighty, so now you should have something that looks a little bit like this. You can close that to get back in here if you so need to. But I'm going to go ahead and extend out this platform down here a little bit so we've got some more room to work on the next step. So I will be right back with you in just a moment. Okay, so now we should, you know, have something that looks a little bit like this. I've got our platform down at the bottom, but while we're in our little chamber here, what we're going to go ahead and do is break out these 2 blocks right here. Grab your slab, put it on the top, and then you're going to want to grab a fence gate and put it right here. That's in case you ever end up inside this thing and need to get out. The fence gate will prevent the baby villagers from escaping. If there's currently a baby in here, but they should immediately beeline it for the beds over there. So that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, so basically this right here is so you can, I keep putting, okay, you know what? We're taking the torches out of the offhand because this is going to get really annoying. So yeah, you basically just can come out here and then grab a little block, and then I usually just put one right there, or I'm going to. That's going to be our exit space. So if we ever need to, if we ever come in this through the nether drop down, we can get out right there because this will not be a viable option soon. So while we're here, what we're going to do is there's going to be your trapdoor. You're going to have 1 block here, and then on the blocks beyond that, you're going to place your beds. So like 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then right here, you're going to want to build this up because the little baby villagers can be kind of finicky sometimes and can work their way right there. And the other thing is you want there to be, this block needs to be here. You need this gap because sometimes at night they can just sleep and they'll totally just whoop, teleport right across. So next up, we're going to come back down here underneath our whole thing, and we are going to grab some scaffolding so we can get up. All right, so this is where the baby is going to come down from. So let's see, right here, we're going to need, let's see, a temporary block. And then underneath that, we are going to place a, let's see. That's actually going to be a sea lantern right there, just for the sake of it. Like so. And then we're kind of get around the back of this thing here, and we can go put a temp block there. Oops. I messed that up. So let's see, get rid of that and that. So the temp block will actually, no, we'll just do that. That works. All right. And now we basically need to continue this. Is there a way that I can, no, we're gonna have to kind of finagle our way around here. But basically what we're going to do now is continue this all the way to the end. So we're going to go 2 past, like so. And then let's see. Put a temporary block right there, and then you're going to grab some glass. And just bring that along like that, and then do the same on the other side if you can. How am I going to do this? There we go. All right, that works. All right, so yeah, you basically just need to make a little channel down here. Perfect. And then this is all going to have to come down. I need to relocate it. And let's see, we'll get this out. We'll come. Alright, I actually need to extend this platform out a little bit more, so I will be right back with you. I just don't want to take the time on the camera to do it since the episode's probably going to be a little bit long. So be right back. Alrighty, so now we got our platform coming out. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our glass all the way to the end here, like so. And then this one, we're going to stop at one in between. And then we're actually just going to go ahead and continue with solid blocks the length of our little breeder here. Like so. And then we'll just, crap, did I just run out again? No biggie. Okay, so let's see. And then we'll have 2, 3. And then we'll continue these over. And let's see now. What we're going to want to do is come up 1 with glass and 2 with glass. And then we'll put a sea lantern right. Actually, you know what? We'll put one right here. Seems like a good place for one. And then we'll put another glass right there. Okay, so now you should have a little channel right here. And then on that block right there, you're going to place a sign. Like so. And then what we're going to do now is continue. So let's see. This actually I built too low. I did not need to do any of that. So this can all come back out. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll continue this along to over here. And then we'll just do some solid blocks like so. And then right there, right before the last one, you're going to put a slab on the top. And then you're going to go ahead and just wall this off too high. And do that all the way around. Like so. So now you should have something like this. Now we'll go ahead and get rid of this temporary block right here. Make sure that that's all boxed in. Okay, everything's looking good up there so far. We'll pick up our blocks that we dropped. Where's my way up? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start getting some water into this thing. And this makes this a little bit taller. Okay, so the first water bucket is going to go right there, and that's going to carry the baby villager all the way over to the end. And then they will just kind of hang out there until they become an adult, at which point they will... Can I make that jump? I cannot. So they will come over here, and then we'll place our second bucket of water, which I do not have on me. Let's just go ahead, and we're going to have to sleep here in a second. So you know what? I'm actually just going to cut and wait for nighttime, so we're not rushing to sleep. So I'll be right back once it's morning. Alrighty, so it's morning, and I got our second water bucket. And actually, you know what? Let's just see if we can jump right there. So this other water bucket is going to go above our sign right here. But we are not quite ready for that step just yet. And actually, you know what? I think this one, instead of being glass, we're just going to go ahead and do the deep slate. All right, so next up, we're going to need a little tube here that our villagers are going to basically drop down. So we're going to place a temporary block there, and then we're going to get our glass. And we are just going to come up 2. Actually, we'll come up 3. Just play it safe. We'll make all these 3 high. Awesome. Okay. So now, then we'll come over on the back here and go up like so. And then again, we'll make this 3 high. And then we can go ahead and remove that block. And then right here on this one is where our other sign is going to go. And then our other water bucket will go right on top of that. And as you can see, it will push and it will stop right here at the sign where our adult villagers will then fall into our rail collection system. So it will just drop down here. So that's what we're going to have to get set up next, is the rail system to go ahead and collect our villagers here. So let's see, am I able to reach this? Oh, perfect. Can I reach that? I sure can. But no, can't reach from over here. So let's see. So we'll just go ahead and tower up a little bit. Bring that down. All right, so let's see. We'll just come down. Yeah. We'll do one more. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. So at this point, this is where I got to go and grab all of the rail stuff that we need. Let's refill our water bucket so we have one. All right, and I'm going to do a brief cut just to clean out the inventory, swap some things around, so I will be right back with you. Alrighty, now before we go any further with the railing at the bottom, you might want to consider putting a top on this thing, just because you don't want lightning to strike. I mean, you could throw a lightning rod up here alternatively, and then the lightning would strike that, but you don't want your villagers getting turned into witches, and I'm capping it off because I don't plan on flying out the top, so... That being said, now we can come back down. You may also consider capping off the little like tunnel here. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and do it. So we'll go boom, 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 boom. Just bring that all the way along. That way nothing can get in and harm our villagers. All right, so now we'll come down here to the bottom. And basically what we need to do is grab a temporary block. And then we need a transparent block that the villagers are going to be standing on. I will be using a sea lantern because it doubles as a light source. So now what we need to do is, let's see, we're going to need a temporary block again. So we're going to come down like that. And then get our regular blocks. I believe it's like this. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's right. So then we'll come back to, and we will place a block of redstone, and then we'll go ahead and just get another polished deep slate, tower up, and just hop over onto here, grab our dispenser, and place it facing that way, like so. And then you are going to need some powered rails. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then, let's see, remove your temporary block. Put another one there. And another one up there. That will make it so it slants up like that. And then I guess while you're here, you can go ahead and throw in your dispensers. I'm going to have to get a button. It actually, can you make a button with this? No? Can you make a button with this? No, you cannot. All right, well, that's good to know. We're going to need something for button making. But once you've got that, you can come around to the back here. And we'll just go ahead and tower up again. A little bit further. And then we're going to go ahead and temporarily break out that block and that block. So we can glide over into here. We're going to break that powered rail. Come back over, break that block. Which just totally screwed everything up. Whoops. Alright, let's try that again. So, let's see, we're going to need our temporary block, and then, so it's going to be a temporary block there, and then a block of redstone right there. Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright, so let's come back and do that again. So we're going to get rid of our temporary block. We're going to place the rail there. Then we're going to place it on top so it goes up like that. And then we're going to come back around here. and get our polished deep slate. We'll come out probably 2. Break this rail. And you are then going to instead place it up there and down like that. And then forward. And then we'll just place a regular rail right there. We'll get rid of that. And then let's see. There's going to be the gap. And then right there. So then they will hit this and then they will drop down. So we basically then can just go ahead and bring this around. Let's go ahead and make this a sea lantern so we have some light up here. Perfect. And then we just need to go ahead and replace these 2 blocks like so. And that concludes our system. So basically that's the whole villager breeder. We'll just go ahead and get some blocks in here and bring all this down. And actually I need to sleep. Alrighty, so once we get this, let's see. So yeah, basically all that's left now to do is continue that shoot down and then make a little platform down at the bottom. So basically there's a couple different ways that you can do this. So there's option A, which is to take the villagers back via the nether, which may be the only viable option for some of you, in which case you would continue this rail basically around back up into the nether portal and build it a little bit taller. For me, I think because I just need like the 2 swamp villagers and then I can breed them back at the base, because if the parents are both swamp villagers, there's a chance that they'll breed another swamp villager without actually being in a swamp. I believe we'll have to do some testing on that. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make this chute come down a little bit so it lands with them in the minecart on a little island that we basically can get them in a boat and sail them back home. So once I get that put in and get all this stuff cleaned back up, I will join back up with you and we'll have a look at the whole thing. So I will be right back. Alrighty, now for the finishing touches. Basically down here, we've got where the rail will pick up the villagers and then they will come and they will drop right here onto this block. I'm going to place a workstation block probably right here so it's not directly next to the wall so they can't use it to escape. And that way when we bring villagers over, if we bring them by boat instead of by the nether, because I did set this up to work 2 ways. You can bring them by boat and then you'll get them into here where you'll get them on a rail track. It'll go up and around into the chamber, or it can be done by bringing them with the boat, break the boat, and they will pathfind up to the dispenser right here, in which case you can then rail them up. Or if you bring them through the nether, they'll just pathfind, drop in. So we're going to go ahead and put on the last couple things, which are 3 fence gates right here. Just so that way we can get in and out of this thing. Or we can get in and out, but the villagers cannot. And then lastly, we are going to need to go ahead and pillar up here. Let's see if I can get far enough over that I can just... Ooh, barely made it. Get a button on top of our dispenser. You know what? Let's grab some blocks and just kind of make us a little platform back here that we can hopefully land on with the elytra. And let's see, we'll get a sea lantern. So yeah, this way we can just fly up here, and once we've got a villager hit the button, they'll get taken into that little chute, drop down into there, and then we can either send them by rail back up through the nether or take them by boat. Personally, I'm leaning towards boat because it's just going to be the 2 swamp villagers we need to get the breeder kicked off back over by the base. So I think that'll be just fine. I don't think we need to go anything more extreme than that. So after doing that, we're just about done. Just going to pick up my last block here. But the last thing to do is we'll fly back up to our little temporary platform right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and break all this out. Get rid of all of our little temporary path blocks there. And then we are going to grab some solid blocks and just line the back of the portal so that the villagers, when they come through, if you bring them through this way, have no choice but to go straight. And then actually, if you want to leave this too high, you know what? Let's go ahead and real quick, just do one last thing here. We'll place a box, get our obsidian out, break that, break these for now, get those right back. We're just going to raise this up by a couple blocks here. Can I get this back without dropping it? Yes, I can. Okay, so you know what? We'll go up 1, 2, and then we'll come across like so. And then grab our slabbers. Get those placed back on there like so. Drop back down here. Perfect. And then this is too high, so they will have to go straight. And then, of course, let's see. A crafting bench. We're just going to go ahead and do one of those. Get that back, put that back in here. And then we're just going to go ahead and slab the top of this. Put our banner back. And then I guess we'll go ahead and just, for the sake of it, add some torches. And that is the complete design. Now all that's left to do is hop back in, light it, make sure it links back up with the correct portal, which it most certainly does. You can see we've got our little villager containment unit here. And then if we go back through this again, yep, and we are right inside of the, oh god, right inside of the breeder. So perfect. Top's all walled off, so the villagers will come in, they'll pathfind over, try to get to that, fall, and we'll be all set, assuming we bring them through the nether. Like I said, I haven't decided which way I'm going to go about bringing them, but that's going to have to be in the next episode because we are out of time for today. So look forward to seeing you in the next one to see how the nightmarish process of transporting villagers is going to go. Hopefully shouldn't be too bad, but thank you for watching. As always, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. I love reading your guys' comments. Get subscribed, hit that bell button so you're notified every time a new video comes out. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon. All three of them are at IggyHaxer. And we'll see you in the next video. And you have a great day. Bye-bye now.